Speaking section. The speaking section tests your ability to communicate in English in an academic setting. During the test, you will be presented with 4 speaking questions. The questions ask for a response to a single question, a talk, or a lecture. The prompts and questions are presented on time. You may take notes as you listen, but notes are not graded. You may use your notes to answer the questions. Some of the questions ask for a response to a reading passage and a talk or a lecture. The reading passages and the questions are written, but the directions will be spoken. Your speaking will be evaluated on both the fluency of the language and the accuracy of the content. You will have 15 to 20 seconds to prepare and 45 to 60 seconds to respond to each question. Typically, a good response will require all of the response time and the answer will be complete by the end of the response time. You will have about 17 minutes to complete the speaking section. A clock on the screen will show you how much time you have to prepare each of your answers and how much time you have to record each response.
You will now be asked a question about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to plan your response and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you agree or disagree that all members of a group should receive the same grade on a project?
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a conversation on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passages. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below.
Hey, have you heard about the new peer mentoring program they're introducing next semester?
Yeah, I read the announcement. What do you think about it?
Personally, I think it's a great idea. Having a mentor who has been through the program can provide valuable guidance and insights on how to succeed academically.
I see where you're coming from, but I'm not entirely convinced. I think we should be able to navigate the program on our own. Plus, I'm not sure if having a mentor will make that much of a difference.
I understand your perspective, but I believe that having someone to turn to for advice and support can really make a difference, especially when facing challenges or feeling overwhelmed. It's like having a trusted companion on this educational journey.
I guess that's a valid point. I suppose it could help create a sense of community and provide additional resources for students who need it. But I still think it should be optional, not mandatory for everyone.
That's a fair concern. Maybe the university should consider offering it as an opt-in program, so students who feel they would benefit from it can participate, while others can choose not to.
That sounds like a reasonable compromise. It would give students the flexibility to decide whether they want to take advantage of the program or not.
The woman expresses her opinion about the proposal described in the letter. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state her opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion.
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a lecture on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passage. After you hear the question, you have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below. You may begin reading now.
Now listen to part of a lecture in a business strategy class. Today, we're going to discuss the concept of cost leadership. Cost leadership is a strategy adopted by companies to become the lowest cost producer in their industry. Let's look at an example to understand this better. Take the case of Walmart, one of the largest retail chains worldwide. Walmart has been able to achieve cost leadership by optimizing its supply chain and leveraging economies of scale. By negotiating favorable contracts with suppliers and implementing efficient distribution practices, Walmart can offer products at lower prices compared to many of its competitors. Another example is Southwest Airlines. Southwest has managed to become a cost leader in the airline industry by focusing on operational efficiency and maintaining a low-cost structure. They achieve this through strategies like using a single aircraft type, minimizing turnaround times, and offering point-to-point routes. These examples showcase how companies can successfully implement cost leadership strategies to gain a competitive advantage and attract price-conscious customers.
Explain how the examples from the professor's lecture illustrate the concept of cost leadership.
You will now listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked a question about it. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
Listen to part of a lecture in a biology class.
Today we're going to discuss the fascinating phenomenon of mimicry in the animal kingdom. Mimicry is a survival strategy employed by certain species to resemble other organisms or objects for various purposes. There are two primary ways in which mimicry occurs: Bayesian mimicry and Mullerian mimicry. Bayesian mimicry is when a harmless or edible organism mimics the appearance of a dangerous or toxic one to deter potential predators. A classic example of Bayesian mimicry is a viceroy butterfly, which has a similar coloration to the toxic monarch butterfly. By imitating the warning signs of the monarch, the viceroy can avoid predation. On the other hand, Mullerian mimicry is when multiple harmful or unpalatable species evolve to resemble each other, creating a shared warning signal. This mutual resemblance reinforces the learned aversion of predators towards these organisms. A well-known example of Mullerian mimicry is seen in various species of stinging bees and wasps. These species share similar coloration patterns, allowing predators to associate the conspicuous colors with danger.
Using points and examples from the lecture, explain two ways that mimicry occurs in the animal kingdom.